Welcome back, brothers, to the homestead. We found something that I was looking for. I was so happy to get it. A really nice 500-gallon diesel tank. And not only that, but a really excellent pump, a commercial grade pump. I was told that the pump is worth over $1,200, and I gave $700 for the whole thing. No less than a half a dozen Safety Sallies came out of the woodwork to give me a good old-fashioned scolding about how bad it is to reach inside of a machine and start it when you're not in the driver's seat. Or excuse me, the operator seat. This lever here is a complete hydraulic lockout. When you pull it down, now the hydraulics are engaged, and when you lift it up, it lets you get access. And if you hit bump anything, any of the levers, it disables all of them. It's a safety feature. As you guys saw from the other video, this has a quick release from the cab, which makes it really nice because you can remove the bucket and have a little bit more power, a little bit bigger payload you can lift, and you can see a whole lot better. Whoa, what did you get?
Gatorade.
Is that Papa's?
Yes, and it's mine too.
Let's go put it out in the cooler.
Yes, but...
Are you so store?
So store.
Keep going. It ain't gonna put itself in there.
All right, I'm gonna go make lunch. Bye, baby.
Will you carry this?
Oh, this is so nice. They've got a dedicated loop here in the casting for a shackle. I do believe, if memory serves, I did have one. I saw one in here that would be, yeah, that's it right there. And it's rated. Do you know how to read these? In a former life, I had to learn about these sorts of things. All right, so our shackle here consists of two pieces. We've got our body and the pin, and a rated shackle, meaning, you know, it's like the climbing carabiners. We've all seen that, right? Not for climbing, obviously. Some are rated and some are not. Rated are typically going to have a different colored pin, but the big thing right here is what you see on in the casting. WLL stands for working live load, and this one here is 4 3/4 ton. That's what it'll work. Working live load means a live load, a load that's moving around, a dynamic load, right? Manufacturer, size, etc. 20K. I'm not sure what that is. Now, if you look at these two marks, there's marks there at 45 degrees. Why is that important? Well, if you're pulling this thing at a 45-degree angle like that, let's say you have two lines going out, you have to reduce the strength of the shackle by, I believe it's 25%. It's 75% as strong as it would be normally. So let's say this is a 1,000-pound shackle, because I'm not doing that fractions. 1,000-pound shackle, that would reduce it to 750. Now, if you're pulling opposed sideways 90 degrees, then you cut it in half. How about that? Now, this is rated at 4.5 tons. So that is what, 9,000 pounds? I don't know that this would lift, I don't know for sure, I'll have to check the stats. If that will lift 9,000 pounds? No, no way, that would be like 2 Jeeps, definitely not. So we're safe with this, I'm sure. All right, let's go over and pick that tank. Pro tip, if you ever rent one of these machines and you need to pick something heavy like a concrete vault or septic tank, don't load over the side of the tracks. That means don't try to pick up this way. The machine's tippy, especially if it has a blade. You always want to put the blade down in front of you, and that gives you a lot more stability. I used up one of my 9 lives when I first started running excavators. I was doing a residential job, and I had a 120 machine that's like a, I don't know what, 26, 27,000 pound machine, quite a bit bigger than this. and I was up on top of a garage, and there was a massive retaining wall about 20 feet down, and the guys below were prepping for concrete. It was a big 3-story home, and they kept wanting me to throw rock out there further and further. The dump truck was coming, and I was scooping it. Had a great big 60-inch bucket on it. Well, I got pretty good at kind of flinging it, and the guys were getting excited because they didn't have to wheelbarrow it so far. Well, I was loading over the side of my tracks. I didn't know better, and I took a big old heap one time, and I ran that thing straight out, and it was too heavy, and the whole machine started to topple over on the front. I almost fell out of the front of the machine down in there, and it would have rolled on top of me and crushed me. But I put my feet up and caught myself. I was looking straight down, and I had the wits about me to open up that bucket. And that, as I leaned on that hydraulic, as I was going down, that bucket swung open and started dumping that gravel. And it reached the point where it got heavier on the counterbalance, and it came back and went boom, boom on there. Guy behind me said that track was about 6 feet off the ground when he saw it. He said, I thought it was going over. That lesson was learned, and I will never, ever forget that. When I had heavy equipment, I always had to work by myself. So I had to figure out ways to do things by myself. And one of them was unloading tanks. You know, they want to spin on you. So I developed a way to counter that. What you do is you throw a twist in your chain, right? Throw one twist. We've hooked it in a way where it's going to spin counterclockwise. Now, I did that because I got something I can hook on here. We'll put a piece of line on here, and then. And the reason why I did this is I'd have to set these tanks in rectangle holes, and they had to be lined up properly for the outlet and such. And so from the machine, I could pull on the rope and get it perfect and just lower it down, and it seemed to work pretty well. You know, I think I'll leave that on there. That's going to be handy to have for lifting things. Now, if you don't have a pair of these are the Knipex, I don't know what they're called. I'll put a link in these into the description. If you already bought a pair of their Cobra pliers, you have those, this is the second tool you want to buy. This with the Cobra plier is almost a toolbox in itself, these two tools. You can put one on each side of your weird Patagonia pant pockets, and you can take on the world with that thing. But since that's going to stay on here, we'll just tighten that up, because over the years and the shaking, these will come loose if you don't tighten them down good. Good. I wanted to show you guys all the pump. It's really nice. You looking for an idea to start a business? Buy yourself a dump trailer. Put your name and number on the side. Go to the wealthiest neighborhood in your area and start knocking on doors. And you just park it there in the garage. You give them 24, 48 hours, whatever works for you. They put their stuff in there. You take it to the dump. I know a guy that's got about 14 of those going with 6 employees. Okay, so here's what we got. Look at this. This is big time here. This is way beyond professional homeowner status. This might put us into, well, I don't even know, maybe prosumer pro. We got a counter here. I don't know. I guess we might as well hook it up. It's kind of cool to have a counter. I guess when the apocalypse comes, I can make sure that I'm charging everyone 1 gallon at a time, right? We have an inline filter, goldenrod with a water separator. Diesel, as you know, is a little bit lighter than water. So to have a clear separator like this with a little petcock on the bottom, you'll see the water in there, and you can crack that open and drain it out from time to time, and then replace these filters. These are goldenrod, so you can get that at Napa, the most common one. That's the best one to get. But here's look at this guy. This is a roughneck fuel transfer pump. Right there, 110. That looks pretty nice. And lots, I'll bet there's probably 20, 30 foot of hose there. 1 inch, really nice 1 inch hose, and a brand new filler head. How about that? What did I do, break it? All right, guys, well, thanks for watching. I'm going to get to work cleaning up that tank. It's primed. I want to paint it. I like to paint, maybe I might paint one green for diesel and then red for gasoline, or I might just do them all red. I'll have to think about that, but you know, I like to do things nice and put the stickers on them and all that. So we'll have to build a base for it. I have to figure out how to do that. I think I'll maybe just make some big heavy sleepers out of some 4x4s or 6x6s. Now that we have that electric pump, we don't need to elevate the tank. In all honesty, I'd probably rather have an elevated tank and just use gravity instead of the complexity of all this stuff, but it's not without its merits. Plus we have it, right? Thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers. We pray for you constantly. We really do. We'll see you all on the next video.
Don't forget to bring my beanbag.
So, I promised the Sweet Loaf if she did a particular thing that she would get a bean bag. And she hasn't done it yet, but she keeps asking the FedEx driver for it.